Alrighty, team. What it do? What it do? Hey, everyone. I hope you're doing well, keeping swell. Hope all the wonderful, beautiful, and amazing things that you're attracting are making their way to you. Just want to thank you all for being here once again. Um, yeah, man. You know what it is. Like I always say, I'm always late to come here. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy the message. I don't know what's about to come up. But yeah, I could definitely feel like energy is rising. My hand was itchy. My hand was itchy, so maybe that's a sign for somebody. Anyways, today what I'm gonna do for us, collective, is I'm gonna pull one card from here, maybe two. We'll see how many wanna pop out, and then I'm gonna drop some charms in here as well. And then post that, we'll just dive in. We'll go a bit deeper into the message to see what it's about. But yeah, let's go. Welcome, Roots Holistic. Like, share, subscribe, do all those beautiful things. And yeah, let's go. Guys, thank you for the support. Thank you to the angels. Thank you to the guardians, the ancestors, ascended masters, source, spirit, high beings and forces. Thank you all for aiding and supporting this message. May it be divine. May only the most aligned energies come through for the collective today. So let's see. Get focused. Okay, I feel like we should take another one. Oh, wow. Look at that. All right, let's go with these. Let's see what we got. Ooh. Okay. Let's see. We've got nurture, get focused, and personal journey. Oh my goodness, I'm already starting to shake. So yeah, let's see what's in here. Let's just give this young guy, the young world. Just give these a young shake there. Let's see what we got for our charms. Okay, so spirit for get focused. Let's see. Okay, two came out there. We've got what looks like an avocado. And then also sucker for you. Wow. Okay, that's going to be interesting. And let's get two on this side as well. Ooh, guys, can you see how much I'm shaking? Goodness gracious. Yeah, no, this energy is up. Okay, so we have, I don't know if this is like a rat or a bear. Okay, but guys, if you know what this is, you're gonna tell me. And we've got Iron Man. Okay. Okay, well, I just saw this one as I looked inside, so maybe let's see what that's about. Just so far, right? Yo, man, this feels like quite a lot. But anyways, let's read, and then we're gonna see what's happening. Okay, to attract what I want, first I get clear on what it is I desire. I envision it for a minute or more every day, feeling how it would feel to have this in my life, what I would do, how I'd react, and who I'd tell. I picture it all. Through my continual alignment with my desires, they begin to flow into my personal reality in divine timing. Wow. First thing I'm like getting with this is I was just like looking at the, the circle in the middle, and it's kind of giving me like a camera lens as well. Looking at like the four corners, it's like, the focus, what's in the frame. And I'm thinking of the phrase, what we appreciate. So whatever you do focus on, that is definitely gonna like expand a lot more. With this avocado looking, it is an avocado. And then the sucker for you, I'm just like getting like sweet and savory. I'm also getting like something about like how you might even be looking at your diet, the things that you are consuming. Because I mean, a sucker, an avo, it's like, are you focused on the healthier choice, or perhaps focused on what it is that's actually going to help you? An avocado is like, plant protein, whereas like yeah, sucker for you. I don't know, I kind of feel like maybe this is something you're dealing with, monitoring or checking how much sugar you're taking in. Okay, this one came out, just caught my eye afterwards, so I don't know, we'll see what that's about. But yeah, of course, we'll tap in, we'll go deeper into this and this here. But okay, on this side we have personal journey. I follow what feels right for me without needing validation from others. We are each on our own journey, and mine does not need to look like anyone else's. My enjoyment and satisfaction is validation enough. Wow, it's like we aren't all gonna manifest the same things. And I was thinking about that also on this side here, is that as you get focused, everything that this card is describing is like a visualization, almost like a meditation, because before we actually bring something into reality, we need to get focused on it, get clear on it. And the thing about our minds, right, is that our minds are so programmed to past behaviors, past actions, past feelings, and we need to reprogram our minds to ensure that our future becomes what it focuses on. So every day, like reinforcing that vision. I'm even thinking about another card from this deck called like Inspiration Board, where it speaks about like putting like a vision board type of a thing together, but ultimately it would be something that inspires you. So I'm also getting just something about like how if you can spend more time focusing on the things that you actually want to do, you'll just realize how personal this journey is. There's something very unique about the path that you need to take, about the journey that you're on, and I cannot stop shaking. So goodness gracious. Something about that. I just looked at my timer, I just saw 7:13, so that might relate to someone. If it's an angel number, I'll just make sure to add it into the description. But yeah, I think you looking at how other people have done it, or how other people's paths have unfolded, might be sometimes demotivating, because you thinking about your path unfolding that way. But then it also should be motivating to know that even with that path existing, your own path is your own. God, angels, universe, source is going to create your own thing. I'm also getting that you are already equipped. You have whatever it is that you need here. So go into your bag of tricks. What is it that you can pull out? It feels like you've got a bit of, or quite a lot of experience actually. And it's like as you go on this journey, like more things will be revealed to you. That's what's coming through with this one here. As I'm looking at this Iron Man, as well as, guys, what, this thing's like kind of getting to me. Like, what is this? Could it be a bird? A plane? It's Superman. Well, we've got Iron Man, and Iron Man does fly, so it kind of looks like, if this is an animal and this is, Iron Man, so it's kind of like Earth technology. I don't know, I just kind of get the sense that maybe you'll be blending the two together in some way. You'll be finding, maybe you are close to animals, birds, I'm getting that right now. But then also it's like you are, literally the Iron Man. You can iron things out, you create your own path. But then if you think about the story of Iron Man as well, I like Marvel stuff, so I always resonated with like hero archetypes, so that's why I know this Iron Man story. But not a lot of people didn't like the guy, but he changed his public perception, I think, once he changed his view of himself. So just something to consider there. And then with this dinosaur, first thing I'm getting is like old soul vibes. What is this? Like, okay, no, not a pterodactyl. That's the one that's flying. You know what? I don't know what this dinosaur is, but just looking at it, blue, orange, yellow, there's something you need to communicate about your passions. I feel like it's quite old. You might also be old in the sense that you might be ancient, or you've lived a long time or something like that. But with it facing this way and me being led to putting it here, it's like maybe this is the transition into this little area, or this journey I don't know. Yeah, there's just something about this. It just kind of feels like it's connecting everything. But anyway, let's go check what's up on this side. At the back of the deck, we've got nurture. It's okay to want to stay home and be alone. I deserve days to myself, days to relax and simply be. I honor how I feel and take this day to do the things that feel nurturing to me. Whoa. Whoa. You might be getting new furniture. That's number one. But also I get the sense that you need to like chill, relax. Self-care, you know, we were just talking about that in the last message. So also, you know, speaking about yourself, how you honor, I'm also being reminded about this personal journey card is that, you know, you do things at your time. Divine order, divine orchestration is also coming through here. But yeah, you might need to take care of yourself and your surroundings. I'm getting something about enjoying your own company, being in hermit mode sometimes. Yeah, but whatever it is, I mean, give yourself that time, give yourself that space, because you know what you're going through, you know what you're feeling, you know what you're processing. And I even think about like how we can only give what we have. You know, if I love myself, I can love other people. So if you nurture yourself, then you can also give nurturing, but receive it as well. Oh, sorry, it's always. But yeah, anyways, I'm led to checking what's behind this. What is this? Mirror. In order to change my life outside, I need to change inside. Once I am open to this change, my exterior reality will begin to mirror these new shifts. Wow, I think that's so powerful. So powerful. I'm looking at like this open heart, and I'm also looking at this get focused here. It's like the more you focus on the things that actually light up your heart, you're gonna see it reflecting in your reality. Again, it's coming through like a manifestation thing, and of course mirror is what you see, you know, it's reflecting back at you. So whatever you're gonna get focused on is actually gonna manifest in your reality, and remembering to take care of yourself while that is all happening. Interesting. Interessant. Yes. Anyways, let's go in. Okay, so we're gonna maybe pull some cards on the get focused, and we're gonna pull some for the personal journey. And yeah, let's just see where this is gonna go. I feel like we might just pull an advice card, or maybe even pull another mindful message from there. But anyway, Spirit, let us know what's up, man. Why do we have... Oh my goodness. Okay, clearly you wanted to fall out. Why do we have get focused here? Ooh, death card first. Rebirth. Rebirth, man. Something's gotta be unalive. Oh my word. Wow. That's a lot, Spirit. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, but I'll take the ones on top. Okay, so 7 of Cups fell out there. And we'll take this one here. Okay, I'm already seeing the 3 of Wands too, so I should just put it down there. Okay, let's see. On this side here, we had personal journey. Spirit, why do we have personal journey here? Okay. And let's take another one. We're gonna do the same thing. Go 4. Okay, and one more, Spirit. There we go. Thank you so much, gang. All right, and at the back we've got our Page of Cups. Interesting. You know, I think this is where I'm being led to start, actually. Okay, I'll show it upright first so that we can all just get a view of this. So with the Page of Cups, this is creative, this is intuition, you know, this is about learning or observing your emotions as well. You know, the things that you're pouring into, what is it that you can learn from doing it, whatever it is that you're doing. You know, observing your behaviors, your emotions. I think there's something about that, like this observation of how you are reacting, how you're not reacting as well. And you know, when I think about also the manifestation, a lot of the times we are in cycles, we are in seasons in our lives, and if we can take the time to observe our behavior or our action, then we can actually change a cycle by starting to behave differently, looking at how we feel. Getting the number 22 here for some reason. I think 2 is, 4 and another 4 there, if you add them up. But yeah, something about 22. Oh, okay, number 22 is coming again. I think it's definitely timing as well. Could also be somebody's age. You might be born on like the 2nd of February. It could be a date. But yeah, there's just a interesting synchronicity about the number 22 right now. So yeah, of course, if you add them up, it's 4. So maybe something about balance, security. But yeah, I'm just getting something about you observing your emotions, your feelings, and not forsaking your intuition. I think you've realized that you didn't come this far just to come this far. That's definitely something I also acknowledge quite a lot, not only in my life, but I think it needs to be said right now as well. But yeah, it's about not forsaking the lessons that you've learned as well, about how you behave, how you respond, and actually taking notice of like what's good for you and what's not. A nice phrase to think about is, what's good is God. So if it doesn't feel good, then it's probably not right for you. I think you could also spend some time thinking about like your life, maybe a year or 2 years from now and 2 years back. And between 2 years ago and now, where are you? And if you were to do the same things that you've done in the last 2 years, where would you be in the next 2 years? Maybe that's where the 2 is coming through again. But yeah, just something to think about there. Let's see what we have at the back of this. Temperance. Ooh, here's the number 2. 1, 2. The 2 mugs, the balance, bringing things in, as above, so below, as within, so without. So yeah, definitely something about your balance as well. And look, this person here has cups, and then here, it's a jug as well. So you have more than what you think you have. And I think it's about, alchemy. Just realizing that as you work with your emotions, you realize that emotions are from the past. It's an attachment. It's something that you remembered. But now here you are being able to, with even the help of your angels, or you are this angel because you've emerged from this. You're now working with your emotions to be able to focus on what it is that you actually want to feel. Like it was saying with the get focus there. And, just accepting that you are you. You aren't the same like other people. On the side here, I'm seeing somebody being baptized in the water. So maybe there's something about a renewal, a restoration, a lot of water energy. You might be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, any of the water signs, but you don't have to be. It could even be in your chart somewhere, but yeah, just a thought. There's just some integration, some alchemy taking place here, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And what we got some focus, we got some personal. Anyway, let's go in, man. Let's go in. Okay, I'm gonna read these 2 together, and because you guys saw how all of those cards fell out, but I feel like this is how it wants to be read, yeah. Okay, so anyways, let me actually pull them up so you guys can see them nicely. Okay, let's do it like this. Okay, so we've got the Death, we've got the 4 of Swords, we've got the 3 of Wands, and we've got the 7 of Cups. Okay, we'll go one card at a time, right? Okay, so we've got Death. So this is a rebirth. This is, I would even say, a reincarnation, a restoration. I would always think about how this card seems to be so scary, and for it to be the first card to come out, it's like not meant to be taken as scared, scary. Oh my word, speak, bro, speak. We got the blue with the throat, but it's like, imagine getting to a point where you realize that like you worked hard for something, and then you get there and you realize like, oh crap, actually this isn't what I wanted, or there's a new version of me, of my character, that I need to unlock. And some things have to stay behind so that others get to, progress. I'm even seeing how this scythe here is like almost cut off people's heads and all those hands coming out of the water there. And it's like you've maybe had multiple opportunities, things that could have pulled you out, but there's like so much resilience here. I'm also getting something about the diet again, where, you might have even lost weight. People might have even asked you like, yo, you're looking so different. What happened to you? But you realize that some things need to be shed. Not everything that we accumulate is actually for us. And, even as we get focused, like whatever it is that you're going to focus on, I don't think it's for you to, perpetuate, like continue the cycle. So yeah, just strong rebirth energy, very, very much so, because it's like you spent that time visualizing, what you wanted to do and the things that you've tried. I mean, I'm even getting multiple attempts, the 2 again, like 2 people there's another one there, so 4 characters here if you want to look at it like that. Of course, there's multiple hands, multiple bodies. Looks like there's multiple things that you've tried or had to let go of. All these hands look like they're pulling up gang signs. So hey, you know how I talk, gang, what do you do? But yeah, I think, yeah, you've had a lot of signposts along the way, or people that you've needed to let go over time, and now it's time to like like I was saying, unlock this new version, this new character within yourself. With the 4 of Swords, this speaks to meditation, rest, recuperation. And look at that. We're talking about the 2 2s adding up to 4, and here we've got a 4. I think this is taking stock of your journey. Realizing again, like I was saying, you didn't come this far to come this far. Looks like somebody's erected this structure in the midst of, a bunch of other possible structures that they could go to. But even in you starting all over, or you taking this personal journey that you're gonna take, you realize that you are vindicated, you are restored in some shape or form. On the Temperance card that we were looking at earlier, I was seeing someone who looks like this, like a Jesus type of person, or even a disciple, a worshiper. But it's like you being renewed and restored. But then this restoration starts in the mind. That's what the swords are about. What they focus on ideally. A lot of the times we need to spend that time tuning in so that we can get focused. So it's almost like, even from this, it's like you had to cut out the distractions from all those other places just so that you could now focus on yourself, your belief, your faith, so that you could tune in to whatever it is that was coming your way. It's like even the things that were used against you have now become like part of your story for some reason. That's definitely coming through there. With the 3 of Wands, I was getting something about 3 people over there. Maybe there was like 3 people who didn't see your vision, or like 3 relationships or experiences that didn't really live up to what you expected. And maybe those are the 3 years or opportunities, people, jobs, whatever it may be, that you learned from the most. And what's coming through here now is like you realize that you're doing this for your higher self. You're not gonna perpetuate the same cycle anymore, because that's what death is again. I mean, this is a cycle. The I was about to say circle, but yes, circle of life. Things are born, things go perish, and things are born all over again. So it's like, for you to now change this cycle or circle, you want to, go higher and collaborate. You are looking at your higher self, the things that you need to introduce, the things that you might need to eliminate. I'm looking at all these roses blossoming over there. So there might be some seeds that you've planted that you're going to see the harvest of over time. But then also it's like things are being elevated here. So definitely higher self. You might even be, in school or getting educated, doing some kind of course, learning something new. But yeah, I'm getting the sense of like, with the pickaxes, like it's something you need to work at. So you might even need to, again, realize that as much as you are letting things go, a renewal, a restoration is taking place. Something's got to die so that others get to live, and you rest and you find whatever it is out of that rest. But now the work has to start, because you are reaching to your highest self. You are pulling in your highest self. But the most important thing is to get clear, because I think you have either one of two things. You have a lot of abundance coming your way, with the cups. You can think of that as like so much is being poured into your cup. But then it's also like your options. Don't get distracted. Don't be overwhelmed by all these choices that are like presenting themselves to you. From 3 to 7, adding those, that's 10, leading back to 1. So like, what's that one thing that's really gonna resonate with you? As I'm looking at this card, this lady this lady's like almost like there's like a thought bubble or thought cloud there. It's like whatever you spend your time thinking about the most, I think that's definitely it. There's definitely something about smoke here or clouds. I'm even seeing like the hookah over there. So yeah, you might be needing to even reevaluate some of these paths or options that are available to you, so that you can actually work on the ones that are actually going to lead you to the best place. So it's like you're so powerful in the sense that like you have been through things that have shown you parts of yourself that are positive, that are, negative, or needing to be alchemized, needing to be reworked. But it's like you have this blank canvas, and all these pictures are so artistic. It's, it's medieval as well. But it's just giving very much about like you've looked at what you need to let go of. You've taken time to rest. Now you're working on your higher self, and you are eliminating some things, but also focusing on certain things. So I think that's very important for you. As you get focused, you'll see things clearer, more refined. Yeah, man. Yo, that's interesting. With the avocado again, it's like, if you don't take your opportunity, this or I was about to say a fruit, this vegetable can fade over time. And I think it's so easy to get lost in the things that we enjoy. Maybe certain habits, certain pastimes. It's easy to be a sucker for those things. I'm getting simp type energy here. But yeah, I think there's just something more about you realizing that there is something better, and you need to please yourself in some shape or form. So yeah, honestly, sometimes I don't even know if I'm making sense while I'm recording these things, but I'm just trusting the message, man. It's coming through. Whoever this is for, it's for you, gang. Oh wow, look at that. Like from the one side we went from 7 all the way to 8, so there's like a progression here taking place. So here we are, personal journey, this little animal that you guys are gonna tell me what it's about. And Iron Man. And we have the 8 of Cups, we have the 2 of Coins, we have the Popess, so the High Priestess, and we have 2 of Swords. Yo, gang, did we not just say there was something about the number 2? Just look at this. 2 of Swords, 2 of Coins, 2. Oh man, I just love it when the synchronicities be doing their thing. That's just powerful. That is just so powerful, man. All right, let's see. 8 of Cups. Wow. Okay, wait. I feel like I need to expand on this. Spirit, please tell me more. Like, why do we have the 8 of Cups here? 8 of Coins. Another 8. Whoa, gang. Okay, wait, hold up. Okay. So, yeah, I'm getting something about like you needing to leave something behind. Okay, let me put them together like this, because this card explains why we have this card. 8-8. Guys, your manifestation is coming in. It's already here, in fact. Spirit's correcting me right now. It's like, nah, this thing's right here. 8-8. I'm gonna put 88 in there. I think this is also tying in someone who's been watching me or watching these readings. I feel like I'm tapping into your energy again, specifically from the last reading. I think, yeah, there's some continuation, kind of feels like that. But if you haven't seen the last reading, maybe you actually need to go and check it out, because the nurturing, the focus, and this here. But yeah, with the 8 of Cups, again, it speaks about leaving something behind. It speaks to, you know, realizing that your life was set up in a certain way, and while there are things to appreciate, and now I'm even, you know, appreciates, there's things to appreciate in those things, there's also something to learn about how you don't want that structure to be. There's something about following a higher path or a higher calling. And even here, you know, we're seeing the 8 of Coins with the ladder. So you're going up, you're being elevated in some shape or form. I'm even getting something about you expressing yourself, being a creative. And again, I don't mean it in the sense of like you have to be a creative person, but the things that you create, everything that we do is creating. Even your words, your actions, the things you do, the things you think about, you are a creator. That's what all of us are. You know, they said we were made in the image of our God, and God is a creator. Source is a creator. So you manifest your creations, you manifest your thoughts, but now it's like manifest your journey, gang. Like, we are each on our own journey, and mine does not need to look like anyone else's. So you're gonna keep working on this. You know, the 8 of Coins is speaking to hard work, determination as well. I think you are being given the opportunity to work on the life that you want to create, and then also leave behind the life that wasn't necessarily working for you, but you've learned from it. I think you had possible paths or options for you to follow, and now it's like those things get alchemized into something else. It's like one thing that wasn't emotionally fulfilling is now going to be more stable, secured, more grounded now. And I'm just seeing, you know, how there's 2 people here, 2 people here. It's either like you're coming together with someone and that person's going to help you elevate, or you having left someone behind because maybe it was like confusing. It was like a relationship that like maybe blinded you, or a connection that blinded you. Your separation from that allowed you to now start creating and putting things up or elevating these things. I'm getting something about the dormant aspect of you, your life, whatever you're creating being revived. Yo, this came through heavy, gang. This came through strong. All right. But thank you for explaining, Spirit. But let's go. Let's get this journey some more. So 2 of Coins, but we have this in reverse. I think it's no more juggling, no more trying to balance things that don't actually align or work with you. It's like it's like you are seeing that there are things that you put time and energy into before that didn't work out, and they were actually causing more disturbance rather than unity, harmony. You know, I'm even thinking about how this card appears in the traditional tarot deck, where there's actually like there's an 8 in the sense of like somebody juggling them. And in this case, it's like because of, you know, the 8-8 and the manifestation and you being on your journey, it's like you don't want to be juggling things that actually don't align with you. Like, where's your energy? Where's your time going? I remember earlier I was saying something about the circles or the cycles. And you see, like, one is down, one is up. And even from this view, it's like you're not going to repeat that same cycle. And look at this person, they're looking at themselves in the mirror. Goodness. And we had that right here at the back. We had that over here. The person's looking at themselves in the mirror, gang. Wow. Don't forsake yourself. You see you know what works for you. Hey. Okay, okay. Yeah, staying rooted, staying grounded. But yeah, I'm just also getting something about not being indecisive anymore, because you need to take your journey. You need to go on your path, follow where it is that you are being led to go. With the Pope is, yeah, there's something very old right now coming through. Maybe this is where this card is. I mean, this charm with the dinosaur, it's like there's something very old that you maybe set an intention for. I think you're also quite highly intuitive. I'm getting something about rainbows right now with that little color there. You might be, one of two things. Either you're on the spectrum, like you know what it is. You're on the spectrum, or you're part of like, LGBTQ plus. I don't know if I'm saying all those letters or acronyms right. But yeah, there's something about a rainbow. Something about maybe what's on the other side of the rainbow. I'm getting something about you taking a step forward, or being guided or led to taking a step forward that leads to your abundance. This is highly intuitive. This is you tapping in, tuning into your intuition, your higher self, your higher force. I'm also getting balance, with the black and the white, and then also, being on the crown, on your pedestal, wearing your crown, the red, the blue. Yeah, there's also with the green RGB, there's a lot of colors, there's a lot of vibrancy coming out of this card. I'm getting something about your purity being masked, or you emerging as like different versions of yourself each time. So like, hey, today I'm red, today I'm blue, today I'm green. I think you are very much a creative person as I'm seeing this, and it's like even your creations are led by the things that you're feeling, doing, touching, seeing. Like, your senses, oh my word, whoever you are, like, you are very tuned in with your senses. And maybe having forsaken that for so long is what kept you in this place, multiple places over here, where you're like not necessarily being the best you. I'm not too sure what's actually happening here, but it also feels like a lot of the times you would spend, your time giving to others, relationships, connections, but you realize that that's not the approach that you want to take anymore. You want to take a more balanced approach in your creative pursuits, in what it is that you want to do. And now it's in your mind. Now it's in your mind that, if it's not balanced, if it's not reciprocal, you're not for it. I'm even getting 2 of Cups right now. But over here, it's like, you're at a crossroads. You're at a point in your journey where you need to trust, you need to discern, and you need to pick a side that you're going to fall on. But I think something that's also coming through right now is that, if you're spending so much time trying to explain yourself, spending time trying to prove a point, whereas what your intention was, what you were hoping to bring into the situation, especially being a creative, being someone so thoughtful, someone so intuitive, and then you realize that it's not received as well. Maybe it's not you. I'm assuming that, what's coming through is that you are a person who does delve deeper into themselves. You go in, like, you tap in, you tune in, you getting with the higher forces and so on. And if people don't want to work with you, if people don't share the same ideas, thoughts as you, it's like, why would you even open up? Why would you even share it with them? Yeah, I'm just getting something about practicing a high level of discernment here. These 2 people are holding hands, and it's like, don't wait for people to confirm your ideas. Especially as you're trying to move ahead in a more balanced manner or approach. It's like, can you trust yourself? Can you trust your spirit team? You know what? Let's expand on this one. Why do we have the 2 of Swords Spirit? What's good, gang? Why do we have this King of Swords, and this is in reverse as well? You know, these cards, you know, king, queen, page, and knight, while they might speak to people, they also speak to situations. And I'm thinking now that this, for me, it feels like a situation rather than a person. I think on this journey that you're being asked to take, it's like, can you... Yeah, there's something about like you realizing that you don't want to exert an excessive force in the situation. You know, I'm even thinking about the Iron Man. It's like, can you iron out the situation where people are perhaps using their power or their ability in a way that isn't constructive? I'm getting something about something that's overpowering, and this situation didn't necessarily align with you. I think this is also speaking to that that journey that we were speaking about here, you know, with the personal journey. You looked at how most people, society deemed it to be the most correct, and you tried this, but then it didn't necessarily work out the best way for you. I think you might also be breaking free from some programming, some way of thinking that wasn't necessarily serving what it is that you're trying to do, because your intuition led you to a point of seeing the situation for what it is. It's like these energies were so overpowering, so I just get like something being taken advantage of right now. Like, goodness, you want me to look at you? What's up? There's something about a contract. Again, wait. What is it that you want me to see? Yeah, something about like some situation that's very, like, again, masculine, authoritative. That's just not aligning with you. Yo, you know what? Can we get one more? Let's get one more. Like, gang, what's going on here? Let's get one more. Why do we have the King of Swords here? Five of Cups. Yeah. You know what? Like, I think this is really... Oh, I'm even starting to like get like a woozy kind of feeling right now. It's like, again, I'm getting something about leaving something behind, right? Where you realize that if you keep focusing on these people trying to inflict their way or their thinking upon you, it's almost like there's a big lie or big truth that was kind of brought forward to you. And it's like the more that you continue to engage in this situation or live by this manner or means, it was only going to lead to your grief, your lack. You might even get sick from this. I think you are in an environment that is very toxic in a sense, and that's why you need to take this journey, because you've given all that you could have given to it. And that's now the two paths, the two options being presented to you, is to say, if you continue down this path with these, you know, negative energies, these people who are using their authority, their power in such a wrong way, you're just going to be left behind. You know, your cups are going to be spilled, and all the things that you've been trying to accumulate together for yourself, they're not going to really lead to anything. You know, I just get the sense that like staying in this place is just going to be more sadness, more disappointment. But yeah, I'm just getting a situation where somebody like misused their power, or this is a toxic environment, and then you needing to see it for what it is. Even though you've tried to participate, you see that it's actually not for you. It's not balanced in you, because, you know, you've tapped into your intuition, and now you're realizing you need to spend your energy and time differently. And you've seen yourself. You've taken the time to see yourself. I think that's why, you know, we've been getting this. Ooh, with that contract again, I'm seeing her with the book there. And of course, this guy here with the tablets. I think, you know, you've been counting the days, counting the hours. And there you are, leaving. seeing that, what, there was something to gain from this, but you are creating your own new thing. You're going to get elevated and work towards your greatness, what it is that you want to create. This is now you going on your journey. I think it was important also to read it forwards and then read it backwards again. I think it's, relating to the 2 2s. So it's like 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Maybe reevaluating your intentions as to why you got into the situation in the first place. So this could be a connection, a job. But yeah, you're on your own journey. And again, you're going to iron this whole thing out. You're going to elevate again, with the ladder over here. You're going to elevate in a different way. You might be getting signs through birds or animals again. But again, this kind of feels like it's been a long time coming. Spirit, you know what? Just to end this off, let's get one more from here. What you got for us, gang? Conscious focus. Yo, bruh. Focus again. 2. You got your 2 eyes. So a whole lot of focus. You need to get clear on your intentions. So let's see. What I focus on, I attract more of. Starting with today, I will be more conscious of what I choose to spend time speaking or thinking of. I will do more of the things that bring me joy and see more of these things begin to effortlessly flow into my life. Guys, this is exactly what we've been saying. What we appreciates conscious, it's in the mind, the thoughts, the thinking. And again, if you can take the time to see it, believe it, and then also feel it, you're going to manifest it. It's going to actually come through to your reality. I think you shouldn't be judging your journey, man. Like, your journey doesn't look like other people. I think there's also something about, getting a vision or a dream or a sign, just something being revealed to you. I'm seeing the conscious focus there with the 2 eyes. I'm also looking at how this nurture, like the pillows kind of look like 2 eyes as well. So the 2 coming through again here. But yeah, there's just a journey that you're being taken on, that you are just being reminded will not look like other people's journey. But for as long as you're watching your path and following what feels right for you, then you're going to attract that. Just keep focused, man. Keep focused. Avoid the distractions. Stay true to you, what you do, and whatever it is that you're attracting or manifesting, I think it will arrive in an effortless way. It's just gonna flow again with the water. We got quite a lot of cups over here in the reading. So yeah, there's just something about that. But yeah, man, just keep your eye on the prize. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do, gang. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the love. And do have a great day further. Yay. Peace.